3 cups of coffee a day. Live longer or die sooner.
Hello?
Everyone, today I'm going to share with you a story about coffee. A beverage beloved by people all over the world. 3 cups of coffee a day. Will I live longer or die sooner? Have you ever asked yourself this question? It sounds like the title of a thrilling mystery novel. And today, we'll spend some time unraveling this mystery with you. Coffee, from a fragrant cup to wake you up in the morning, to a relaxing moment after a meal, a chat with a friend, and even a companion at work. What effect does this attractive drink, which is deeply rooted in our lives, have on our lifespan? Beyond simple food, we will explore the true face of coffee within the broader context of health and longevity. Rather than simply taking a dichotomous approach of good or bad, I'll delve into this topic in depth, based on medical evidence and the latest research. I hope you'll have a fruitful and enjoyable time with me today. Well then, shall we take a time travel into the fascinating history of coffee? The origin of coffee begins with the story of Kaldi, an Ethiopian shepherd. One day, a shepherd named Kaldi noticed his goats jumping around after eating red berries. After seeing the goats running around, unable to sleep, he thought, what's that? And tried the fruit himself. He experienced his fatigue disappearing and his mind becoming clearer. This is the legendary story that marks the beginning of coffee. Since this episode takes place around the 9th century, the history of coffee is truly ancient, right? People at the time were very intrigued by Kaldi's story, and soon, interest in this mysterious fruit began to spread far and wide. At first, the fruit was eaten whole or boiled and drunk, but it gradually developed into the coffee we know today. In this way, coffee is not just a simple beverage, but a product of interesting discoveries and experiences in itself. Afterwards, coffee spread through the Arabian Peninsula to the Islamic cultural sphere, and was also loved as a religious drink because of its awakening effect that helped with all-night prayers. Islamic scholars studied late into the night while drinking coffee, and Sufi practitioners enjoyed coffee as a drink for meditation. In the 16th century, coffee began to spread to Europe through the Ottoman Empire. And at first it was called the devil's drink. But after Pope Clement VIII tasted it and was captivated by its aroma and taste, he blessed it, a single word from the Pope completely changed the fate of coffee. The intellectual gatherings that began in Parisian cafes became a crucial venue for the flowering of the Enlightenment. Houses evolved beyond mere beverage outlets into vibrant social hubs, where information was exchanged, political discussions were held, and business transactions took place. It was called the Penny University, a place where you could gain knowledge and information for the price of a cup of coffee. During the Industrial Revolution, it established itself as a drink that relieved workers' fatigue and contributed to increased productivity. In this way, coffee has gone beyond being just a beverage and has had a profound impact on history, culture, and social development. In the 18th century, coffee cultivation spread throughout Europe and even to the New World, establishing itself as a global beverage. The coffee we drink today is the result of numerous historical trends and cultural changes. So why has coffee's popularity exploded again recently? In the past, the main purpose was simply the awakening effect through caffeine. In modern times, the meaning of a cup of coffee has become much more complex. Coffee is no longer just a simple beverage, reflecting individual tastes and a small luxury that enhances the quality of life. The emergence of various specialty coffees and the spread of home cafe culture, and, above all, as interest in health grows, scientific research results on the benefits of coffee are beginning to pour in. Beyond simply being a drink to chase away drowsiness, it has expanded into the realm of gastronomy, where one can enjoy the delicate aroma of coffee and explore the flavors that change depending on the origin and processing method of the coffee beans. Additionally, ordering and easy payment systems via smartphone apps have made coffee more accessible. And the culture of sharing one's coffee preferences through social media has further fueled coffee consumption. In this way, in modern society, coffee has become more than just a beverage. It has become a complex cultural phenomenon and a core element of lifestyle. Yes, that's right. This is also the key topic we will cover today: The perception of coffee has changed significantly as research results have been published, showing that coffee can have a positive impact on our health and even lifespan. The vague preconception that coffee is bad for you has now been replaced by the positive perception that coffee in moderation can be good for you. Of course, this change is based on scientific evidence. Okay, let's get down to business. Does drinking 3 cups of coffee make you live longer or die sooner? Let's find the answer to this question. There are countless medical studies and papers being published, but one that particularly catches my attention is the one conducted at Harvard University. As a world-renowned university, Harvard has consistently conducted extensive research on coffee, human health, the research results give us very meaningful implications. Its reliability is even higher because it is not simply a study of 1 or 2, but the result of analyzing data from hundreds of thousands of people. Professor over Frank several decades. Research team at Harvard University has been studying the relationship between coffee and health for a full 20 years. And the conclusion, surprisingly, was that drinking 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day, unless there is a specific reason, is beneficial to your health. A study that followed more than 500,000 people for 10 years even found that coffee drinkers had a lower mortality rate than non-coffee drinkers. Wow, isn't that amazing? Meaning they tended As to a doctor, longer. I have to offer coffee to my patients. This study found that coffee consumption was associated with a reduced risk of several chronic diseases, stroke, and diabetes. This is strong evidence that coffee has the potential to contribute to health promotion. Beyond being a simple luxury food, in particular, regular coffee consumption has been reported to lower inflammation levels in the body, sensitivity, and even have a positive effect on liver health. In particular, Dr. Sarah Madhavi's research team at the Harvard School of Public Health conducted a very large-scale study that followed more than 47,000 female nurses for 30 years. Healthy aging is defined as a state in which cognitive function, mental health, and physical function are all maintained without suffering from 11 stroke major and type chronic 2 diseases, such as cancer. Results are derived from this. That's right, women who drink moderate amounts of coffee are more likely to meet these healthy aging criteria. This suggests that coffee can go beyond simply preventing disease and contribute to improving quality of life and enjoying a vibrant old age. Beyond the common idea of living long, coffee is showing the importance of living long and healthy. So, what is the right amount? Research shows that women who met the criteria for healthy consumed aging an average of 315 ml of caffeine per day through coffee. This is equivalent to about 3 small cups of coffee, which are popular these days. Americanos. Even more surprising, each additional cup of coffee consumed increased the odds of healthy aging by 2% to 5%. And this effect persisted up to 5 cups per day. Of course, the effect did not increase further after drinking more than 5 glasses. But the negative effects were not great either. What's notable here is not only the amount of caffeine consumed, but also the fact that it was consumed in the form of coffee. Beyond the simple awakening effect provided by a cup of coffee, it can be interpreted as the result of the interaction of complex, physiologically active substances. So, what exactly is the magic behind coffee? It's not just the caffeine. Coffee contains hundreds of thousands of bioactive compounds that may help lower your risk of chronic diseases. Phytochemicals such as polyphenols, for example, have the effect of improving the health of the gut microbiota, regulating glucose metabolism, promoting fat burning, and even increasing the basal metabolic rate, BMR. It has also been shown to have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, and anti-hypertensive properties, or even prevent cancer growth. In the past, it was included on the World Health Organization's WHO list of possible carcinogens. Recent studies have shown that it actually reduces the risk of many types of cancer, so it has been removed from the list. This really is a great twist drama. Chlorogenic acid, quinine, and trigonelline, which are abundant in coffee, have powerful antioxidant properties, helping to prevent cell damage in our bodies and slow down aging. In particular, chlorogenic acid is known to help control blood sugar levels and is effective in preventing diabetes. Additionally, research continues to report that coffee consumption lowers the risk of neurodegenerative diseases such as Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. This means that coffee may play a positive role in protecting brain function and maintaining cognitive abilities. But there is one important thing here. All these positive effects come from the coffee itself. A Harvard research team reported that these healthy aging effects were not observed in decaffeinated coffee or tea. And what's even more shocking is that consuming caffeine in beverages like cola actually had a negative impact on healthy aging. This means that in addition to caffeine, numerous other beneficial ingredients in coffee work synergistically to have a positive effect on our bodies. It's not just about consuming caffeine. In addition to caffeine, coffee contains hundreds of bioactive substances that work together to have beneficial effects on our bodies. Therefore, it is wiser to enjoy coffee in a form that allows you to fully consume the original coffee ingredients, such as black coffee or a latte with milk, excessive sugar or cream added. After hearing this, you might be thinking, oh, I need to get some coffee right now. But there is an important variable here. It's sleep and personal constitution. If you can sleep soundly at night after drinking coffee, you are likely a person who is naturally good at drinking coffee. This is because caffeine metabolizing enzymes are active, so caffeine is quickly broken down in the body. These people are more likely to enjoy the positive effects of coffee and live long, healthy lives. In fact, some studies have shown that people who are genetically predisposed to metabolize caffeine tend to experience more of the positive effects of coffee. On the other hand, some people may experience heart palpitations and sleeplessness after drinking just 1 cup of coffee. These people are either very sensitive to caffeine or have low activity of caffeine stays in the body for a long time. Unfortunately, these people are advised to avoid coffee or consume it in very small quantities. If your heart health or sleep quality is poor, coffee, no matter how good it is, can actually be toxic. Lack of sleep has detrimental effects on overall health, including a weakened immune system and an increased risk of chronic diseases. Long-term sleep deprivation increases the risk of high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disease, and can even lead to cognitive decline and depression. If your sleep quality is poor due to coffee consumption, it is wise to boldly moderate your coffee consumption. Late in the afternoon, it's best to opt for decaffeinated coffee or avoid coffee altogether. Ultimately, I came to the conclusion that I had to listen to the signals to determine whether coffee would be a medicine or a poison to me. Genetic testing can also be a good way to accurately determine your caffeine metabolism ability. For example, caffeine metabolism rate varies depending on CYP1A2 genotype. People with certain genotypes metabolize caffeine much more slowly, making them more susceptible to side effects. But even if you don't necessarily do a genetic test, the most important thing is to feel for yourself how your body reacts when you drink coffee. Pay close attention to your own reactions, such as whether you sleep well, feel comfortable, and are free from anxiety. If you experience symptoms such as headache, nausea, anxiety, or heart palpitations after drinking coffee, this may be a sign that your body is not adapting well to caffeine. In such cases, it is advisable to reduce intake or choose a different beverage. The final point I want to emphasize is that we should be wary of treating coffee as a panacea. The Harvard research team also clearly stated, compared to basic health habits like exercising, maintaining a healthy diet, and not smoking, the benefits of drinking coffee are relatively minimal. It is important to keep in mind that coffee may serve as a supplement to a healthy lifestyle. This means that coffee can add synergy to a healthy lifestyle. No matter how good coffee is for your health, it's difficult to expect its effects if you stay up all night. Eat only fast food and don't exercise. So the top priority is to eat a balanced diet with healthy nutrition, exercise regularly, get enough sleep, and manage stress. And if all of this is well observed, 3 cups of coffee a day, according to your constitution, can be a very good friend that can have a positive effect on your health and longevity. However, you should be careful because sweet coffee with too much sugar or syrup can actually be harmful to your health. If possible, we recommend enjoying it as black coffee or using milk or a small amount of alternative sweetener. Also, coffee can cause dehydration, so it's important to drink enough water to match the amount of coffee you drink. So, today I looked for an answer to the question, if I drink 3 cups of coffee a day, will I live longer or die sooner? The bottom line is, if it suits you, it can be medicine, but if it doesn't, it can be poison. The important thing is to understand your body and listen to the signals it sends you. And while enjoying coffee, don't forget the basics of health. I think that's how we can enjoy coffee more wisely and healthily. We hope you all find the optimal coffee consumption method for your body and enjoy a healthy and happy life. If you think today's story was of some help to your healthy coffee life, please subscribe and like. Wouldn't it be fun and rewarding to share your coffee culture experiences in the comments? I'll be back with more informative and interesting stories next time. Thank you. Rest easy, everyone.